All right, what's going on? What's going on, you guys? Welcome. Good morning, everybody. Good morning in Spain. Probably good night in the United States and other corners of the world, right? So let's get into the details. Let's go as usual with the Real Madrid news, with the latest Real Madrid news. We have a bunch of stuff to talk about today, but let me do something first. I need to set up something before we start. Let me change the scene. Oh wow, it's a little bit blurred, the camera. Right, it's still blurred, but okay, it's good enough. It's good enough. I'm gonna change this really quick. All right, I'm gonna do something really quick. Let me find it. It's not gonna take me super long time, but just it's gotta be quick. It's gotta be good. And we have to talk about a bunch of things, man. We have to, of course, today we are playing against the Betis, and of course it's gonna be a very interesting game. And yeah. Let me find this really quick. Okay. Yeah, so when I'm talking about the potential squad list for the champions, I mean, it might be a bombshell. That's what I said. Let me tell you. Yeah, let me tell you something really interesting, really important, because it's about the player that might be in that list, okay? But, okay, let's stop this here and let's keep talking about the thing I want to share with y'all. All right. I'm trying to fix a little bit the camera because it's not quite well, right? All right, I'm gonna put the chat here so you guys can speak with me a little bit, and we are almost good to go. Why is this blur, man? I don't know. Oh, whoop. Magic? No. It's okay, I'm gonna change the scene because you don't need me to be in front of the camera. Alright, so let's go with the first one. The first news we have to talk about is very important. Okay, no, let's go with the squad list against Betis. And here we go. Okay, everybody will be there. Okay, every single player, 22 soccer players will be there. And yeah, today, as you know, we are playing against Betis in a very important game because it might be the fourth consecutive victory, the fourth consecutive win, which is great. That's the first thing. The second thing is important because we have to keep topping the standings, and there's another big chance for us to show everybody that we are going to fight for La Liga once again, one more year, and we are ready to go, man. Although we haven't done a lot of signings, we only have signed like 2 players, we're ready to go, and we are ready to fight against whoever to win again La Liga. So the list against Betis is the next one. Let me share with y'all this information. Okay, here we go. Goalkeepers is going to be Courtois, Lunin, and Luis Lopez. The defenders is going to be Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, Nacho, Rudiger, and Mendy. Midfielders for Cruz, Modric, Camavinga, Valverde, Lucas, Tchouaméni, and Dani Ceballos. And forwards for Hazard, Benzema, Asensio, Mariano, Vinicius, and Rodrigo. Man, as you know, these players, 22 players, only 2 out. And those 2 players out are Alvaro Odriozola and Jesus Vallejo. So we have players enough. We had, competitive players that will be displayed all over the field of Betis all over the field of Santiago Bernabeu against Betis. And to me, these players are good enough to go ahead and get the 3 points, right? It shouldn't be any kind of problematic match or something, because although Betis is one of the best teams in La Liga, because Pellegrini is a great coach, Real Madrid has everything to win, not walk over them, but to win today and get the 3 points. So I'm not expecting any other thing, other than the victory today, because Real Madrid is ready to go, and to me that is the most important. So let's see. It's 4:15 in Spain, and you can check the different times all over the world in Google if you type it. So let's see what happens. But to me, Real Madrid Betis, it should be a very easy win for us. Now let's keep going and let's keep talking about what happened yesterday during the press conference when Carlo Ancelotti was asked about the situation of Eden Hazard. He was very, very clear regarding to the Belgian player, and I wanted to share with y'all so you know what happened. So yesterday during the press conference, Carlo Ancelotti was asked about Eden Hazard once again. I think it's the 28th time he was asked about. He's been asked about the Belgian player, because of course everybody wants to know what is going to happen with the Belgian player right after he promised the fans and supporters that he is going to succeed this season, and it's not going to be like the past seasons, right? When he was right in front of the people, standing in front of the people and promising that this year is going to be a completely different story. But what has happened so far is Hazard hasn't had the minutes that he probably thought he was going to have, right? So what happened? Is Carlo Ancelotti no longer counting on Eden Hazard? Is not trusting him anymore, or what's going on? Okay, let me tell you something. The response of Carlo Ancelotti was plain and simple. Eden Hazard will have a very important role this season, and he will play. That's number one. Number two, the information that I got from Giacomo Jacobellis yesterday during my streaming in Twitch in my Spanish channel, it was, okay, Giacomo Jacobellis has a very, very good information, very good source of information within Real Madrid. He has someone within Real Madrid that provides a lot of good information, and what Giacomo Jacobellis told me, it was they trust 100% in Eden Hazard. The confidence in Eden Hazard, okay, by Carlo Ancelotti and his son and all the stuff, it's 100%. They really trust the player can do a great season, a great job, and they will count on him. So it's pretty true what Carlo Ancelotti said in the press conference. He will count on Eden Hazard. So don't keep asking him about that, because Eden Hazard, as long as possible, as long as the game admits or allows to Carlo Ancelotti to put on the field to Eden Hazard, he will. He will, okay? So he will count for Carlo Ancelotti. So that is the thing with Eden Hazard. That is what's going to happen with Eden Hazard this season, and that's very, very true. Okay, more stuff. Let's keep going. Let's keep talking about Real Madrid. Let's keep saying that there might be, like I said, a bombshell in the Champions League squad list. Look, between today and tomorrow, Real Madrid has to submit the Champions list, the Champions League squad list for the next season. The next season is this season, right? So there are still spots available in the first team of Real Madrid, and they are rumoring, and there are rumors out there, there are people out there speculating with the possibility for Carlo Ancelotti to include Iker Bravo in that squad list. But not only Iker Bravo, but also Vinicius Tobias. As you know, during the preseason this year, Carlo Ancelotti fell in love with this player, Vinicius Tobias, and he might be included in the Champions League squad list. And the same thing is going to happen with Iker Bravo, but that is completely unexpected considering he went to play, he's going to play for Castilla for the second team, and nobody was expecting for him to be utilized in the first team under any circumstance, right? Well, now apparently that has changed, and Carlo Ancelotti might include the young player, in the Real Madrid squad list for the Champions, and that'd be great, that'd be awesome, because the player is not only a forward, but also a forward that we really need for that position, because he is a pure number 9. He's a pure number 9, which is very important for Real Madrid, because we can not only count or rely on just Benzema, we need another player, right? So Iker Bravo might be that player, and that would be awesome because we really need players like him. So let's see what happens. Let's see if finally Carlo Ancelotti includes to Iker Bravo in that Champions League list. So that'd be awesome. I really love the guy, I really love the player, I really love the way he plays and all the stuff. So I'm looking forward to see him in that Champions League squad list. And this is just curiosity, okay? So during the last week of the market, the guy for whom we received the most, or the 90% of the calls, it was Marco Asensio. For some people out there, this is stunning considering the player has been trying to get out, has been trying to quit Real Madrid. For some of them, he's not, this is wrong, no. He's been kind of back and forth, hesitating between leave and stay and stuff like that, right? But he's the guy that received most calls from other teams from the Premier League and Italy and other countries to come and play, right? Florentino Perez got like a bunch of calls asking for Marco Asensio, his price and his situation and all the stuff, but no one of them knows none of them, neither of those land an offer for the player, which means it's a completely different world, right? When it comes to transfer market signings and all the stuff, it is a big difference between asking for a player and landing a offer for the player. It is a completely different story, right? So neither of those landed an offer for the player, but some of them, all of them actually asked for Marco Asensio, but the guy finally didn't receive any formal or serious offer, so that's why he stayed and remained in Real Madrid. But he was the guy for whom we received more calls to sign him for the next season. There's another important news here. It is about PSG, and you will love it because finally UEFA made justice. Look at this. Okay, so I don't know if you all are aware of this thing, but yesterday, Friday, UEFA decided to implement the first sanctions against 8 clubs in Europe. And one of them, called my attention because it was PSG. PSG will be sanctioned by UEFA just because they violated rules of the financial fair play, and they will have to pay 10 million euros right now and 55 additional million euros over the next 3 years, okay, if I'm not wrong. So the thing is, UEFA finally has decided to go ahead and implement sanctions against PSG, which is surprising to me because, as you know, the friendship between Al-Khelaifi and Ceferin is super close, right? So from a Real Madrid perspective, nobody was expecting for Ceferin to do this because we thought they were friends. And let me tell you something, for some people out there, it's not enough. Because for PSG, it's not big deal to pay 60 additional million euros in fines, considering they have all the money in the world, right? That would have been a little bit better if UEFA decided to close the stadium, to shut down the stadium, or for example say, okay, you cannot sign in the next transfer market, or for example say you cannot participate in the Champions League, something like that. But if you try to punish a team like PSG with all the money in the world, with more money, with a fine, with an economic sanction, that doesn't make any sense, because they are okay with that. They have money enough to pay whatever they want, right? So I don't know. It's been a kind of controversy thing, because there are people that complaining about that. But to me, at least something is more than nothing, right? So let's see what happens. But yeah, UEFA finally decided to put some sanctions on PSG and 7 other teams. Yeah, and I'm gonna keep talking about PSG because there are more stuff, more problematic things within PSG. But let me tell you, let me see if I can find the news, because this is from the sporting department in PSG, because apparently they are in a kind of war right now. Yeah, right here, look at this. So if you thought the only war going on right now within PSG, it was about Neymar and Mbappe, let me tell you something, you're wrong, okay? You're wrong. That is not the only war that is going on right now within PSG. The other war going on is this one. It's between the two sporting directors, which are Antero Enrique and also Luis Campos. And the reason for that is because you have it right here. The reason for that is because Luis Campos wants to work fast, rapidly. I mean, we have to get out players of the squad immediately. And Antero Enrique failed completely over the summer to get out some of the most less interesting players, right? I mean, there are players in PSG right now within PSG that are not good enough to be there, and PSG was trying to get rid of all of them, and Antero Enrique failed to, failed completely in getting rid of them, of some of them apparently, and that's why Luis Campos is very upset with the work of Antero Enrique, with the work Antero Enrique has done, because it's super slow and they haven't had time to get some players out, right? So right now Al Khelaifi is kind of in the middle, in some point in the middle, like I don't know what to do, because Luis Campos is a very sporting director and Antero Enrique used to be the sporting director before Leonardo, but something happened between the two of them, and right now Al Khelaifi is in a kind of in the middle right now. So there are also, not only is the sanctions, not only is the war between Mbappe and Neymar, but also is the war between Luis Campos and Antero Enrique. So I don't know how Al Khelaifi is going to handle this, but he has another big problem. And another important thing Carlo Ancelotti said during the press conference, it was about La Liga and the Premier League, and that is a very good thing if we echo his words regarding to La Liga and the Premier League, because you can see the difference between both competitions, right? And that is important for me to highlight these words. Look, yeah, Carlo Ancelotti had praising and amazing words for the Premier League, while blasted completely La Liga, the national Spanish La Liga competition, just because of this. I mean, Carlo Ancelotti said difference between other leagues and Premier League, they have gained a lot from TV rights. So, which means by that, what he means by that is all the TV rights are shared and split in the most accurate way all among the Premier League clubs, right? Unlike other leagues, for example, the Spanish league, where only 2 teams have the 90% of the rights, the TV rights or something like that, in the Premier League are more, there is more equality, right, among the TV rights, which is good for them because they have money enough to sign players and all this stuff. But let me tell you something, only Real Madrid and Barcelona are the teams that bring over more money from the TV rights, and they create bigger audiences. Other than other teams, other than Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Barcelona, are not able to attract more money or even create bigger audiences all around the world. So there's no point in giving them more money, because with the money they are receiving so far from La Liga, is good enough for them to cover all the expenses, and they're good with that, right? They are breaking even and they don't want more. So it's a kind of tricky point what Carlo Ancelotti pointed out last night, but my opinion is kind of the same, because La Liga can do even more to grow the business, right? But that is not the right point in my opinion, okay? So he continued saying, in England there's no violence, the atmosphere is good, the stadiums are full. Okay, that's great. I get it, I understand that, and I agree with him. But yeah, La Liga has a lot of things to improve and has a lot of room to improve. And that, my opinion is, if Florentino Perez led La Liga, to me, La Liga would be one of the best championship in the world, right? One of the best trophies in the world, one of the best competitions in the world. But just because we have a guy, Javier Tebas, who is not an entrepreneur, he doesn't run any company and stuff like that, that's why La Liga is losing competition every single year, and it's not even a competition for the Premier League. But that is my opinion, and I liked it to hear Carlo Ancelotti praising the Premier League, because right now the real Superliga, the real European Super League, is actually the Premier League. Yeah, it's kind of sad to me, but it's very true. I mean, all the things that Ancelotti said about that is very true. So, I don't know, let's see what happens in the future, but my opinion is not many things will change in the foreseeable future. So, yeah, that's all the things I can say, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, it is what it is. La Liga has to improve a bunch of things. Yeah, a bunch of things. For now it's difficult, and I mean, to me that'd be great if we could replace to Javier Tebas for Florentino Perez. That'd be a major change, and that'd be great. And of course, I'm pretty sure for La Liga, I mean, that'd be a significant improvement. I'm pretty sure of that. I am pretty sure of that. Okay, let me see something. Abdullah, is he going to play in the first team sometimes? You mean Iker Bravo? He might play for the first team. Yeah, Algurava, our future hopes, Bravo and Hendrik. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. That's very true, man. And I don't know why the camera is still blurred, man. Ah, now, okay, finally. I got it. Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Sometimes it's difficult, man. I still remember yesterday when I was about to go live, suddenly my mouse disappeared, and I couldn't call to Giacomo Jacobellis because I was not seeing my mouse in the screen. So I had to stop the streaming and had to start all over again, and it was a mess. I mean, this kind of technology things, man, makes me nuts sometimes. So don't forget, today the most important thing is gotta be the game against Betis. Hopefully we can win, and it's the 4th win in this season. Okay, I have more news. Are you all ready? Asensio has decided to stay because he wants to collect a signing bonus after leaving for free next summer. Okay, let me tell you something. This information is coming out from Tomás González Martín, which is the other voice of Florentino Perez. In my opinion, my interpretation of these words, it is pretty much Real Madrid is blasting Marco Asensio through Tomás González Martín. I mean, Real Madrid is utilizing Tomás González Martín to blast Marco Asensio and criticizes Marco Asensio just because he didn't want to leave, and the only reason why he remained is not because he wants to play, but also just because he wants to make a lot of money when he leaves Real Madrid. Wow. 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 Yeah. Look at this. It's the same thing. At Real Madrid didn't like Asensio's attitude at the start of the season. He hasn't trained to the fullest, annoyed by the few minutes played. Oh my god. Oh my god. I knew there was going to be a war. A war is going, and I knew a war was going to break up. I knew it. I knew it. All right, Rhys James admired by Real Madrid and followed by Real Madrid, close to signing a new long-term contract at Chelsea. Oh my god. Haha. Vinicius with the soccer, I mean, it's not a soccer jersey, it's just a t-shirt with the Karim Benzema's face on it. Funny. Oh my god, so Palmeiras do not want to sell Endrick to Real Madrid or Barcelona due to a tax rule that will take 15% of the transfer fee if a player is sold to a Spanish club. Oh my god. I don't think it's going to be any problem, because if that happens, if so, Florentino Perez will cover all the expenses. I'm pretty sure of that. I am pretty sure of that. Oh yeah, Marcelo is official now. Marcelo has signed for Olympiacos in Greece. I mean, I didn't expect that at all, because I saw Marcelo here in Madrid dropping off the kids in the school, and the first thing I thought, okay, this guy is not going anywhere, right? But now apparently he did. He has signed for Olympiacos and he will play there. Wow, surprising to me. Yeah, Rhys James was my favorite for the right back, but for the right back position, but it is what it is, man. Nottingham Forest first rondo session after deadline day. Yeah, they have signed like 18 players or something like that. Oh my god, that's crazy. Super crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah, that's right. Super crazy stuff. So 868 Thanos, I'd rather we try to get Arnold from Liverpool. Yeah, but the problem with that is Alexander-Arnold Trent, let me tell you, he's a Barcelona fan, and he has stated that publicly. I mean, he has said that a bunch of times, that he'd love to play for Barcelona. Yeah. So he's not a Madridista at all. No, not at all. I'm sorry, but yeah. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right, okay, now I think that we're good to go. You have all the information that you needed to start a day. The most important, as you know, as a friendly reminder, Real Madrid will be playing against Betis as of 4, so it is 4:15. It's gonna be 9:15 Central Time, 10:15 Atlantic or Eastern Time, and what else? 7:15 West Coast Time. I think I'm right? I think I got all of them right. Okay, guys, have a great day and see y'all later. Bye bye. Oh, and don't miss all the videos that I have uploaded in JOTA Real Madrid. Keep following the channel, keep subscribing, and all the stuff. See y'all.